welcome to another Senran Kagura Thoughts and Opinions video! Today we're discussing Senran Kagura Estival Versus and Senran Kagura Estival Versus, which in itself were two of the same thing. Estival Versus I think was supposed to be like the movie that introduced this Senran Kagura Estival Versus, but since I watched one before, since I played the game before watching the Estival Versus, which and the other shot was almost a year later before I actually saw it, I would discuss the game first. Senran Kagura Estival Versus, which is pretty much a lot like this game here you see before you, was pretty much just like this game, except there was a whole new chapter, and pretty much everyone got summoned to some kind of alternate dimension. Basically, the story follows that Asuka's grandmother Sayuri has sent them to this place just to train them up and prepare them for the next coming of a huge giant Yoma, apparently. Which is actually a pretty, pretty interesting. Because, yeah, I've been waiting for something good to happen in Timeline 2 for about a freaking while, and this seems to be it. And my thanks to the, PlayStation people for going a little bit harder on this game, to be honest. Because now he's going to have to change the game around and probably focus on gameplay rather than sex appeal, which is, in my opinion, more better, because Estival Versus gameplay could seriously use tweaks. Like, seriously. It's like this game, like I said. Estival Versus felt too stiff. Its combos are just... some characters succeed while others fail, basically. And I really don't think that should be a thing, to be honest. Oh yeah, I forgot to transform. Some characters succeed, others fail, and I really don't think that should be a thing, and everyone should be given their fair play of things, but it is what it is. We can't really do much about the situation in itself. The game felt really on rails, as I would put it, as there were not a lot of opportunities to strike back, like in the original games, or the original game of Burst. In the original game of Burst, if you get flinched out and all that stuff, you could still retaliate. And yes, Estival Versus gave its fair share of retaliation too, but there was more focus on the combos than anything, and more of the visuals. And yeah, it was just crazy. There was a lot of opportunities where I get thrown back. Like, as you've seen in plenty of these videos, you get thrown back, and there's not a lot you can wholly do about it except back up or just retaliate, but then they can still hit you. It's just... yeah, this isn't fun, in my opinion. This whole thing, which I thought would have been better. It's like, at least the story picks up the slack for what the gameplay does, but still... it's still bad, and I really, really don't like it. The story focused a lot on the Guessing Girls and Ryobi and Riona this time around, which were actually a bit of more of a breath of fresh air, because, you know, these characters needed to pick up and to be interesting. And this game actually gave it to them. Especially Riona and Ryobi, sorry. Especially Riona and Ryobi, where they actually met their dead sister again, which was actually a very heartwarming thing. Especially at the end where they had to say goodbye. It was just... The story was great. The gameplay was subpar, though. And holding it back several times. I mean... if the story's good, but the gameplay's not as fun, then what the heck else can you do? It's just annoying. And that's all I gotta say about that. The after content, they had like but besides the meters again, they really didn't have much to stick around with besides a few girl hearts and some other things. And this time the girl hearts were unlockable, which were just weird. It was very weird in my opinion, and really didn't like it overall. But yeah. Overall, the game has its good plays, but too much holds it back, to be honest, and that's all I gotta say about that. And now let's get to the movie, the movie that I saw like a year later, and basically the movie Eva Vessel Versus, I think it was called. Why did this need to exist? I get it's to explain what the heck happened in the story, but couldn't we just do this on a cutscene and not have uncensored stuff? Seriously, this was just not okay in my opinion. This was seriously not okay. And I really did not enjoy it. Most of you probably think I'm being a complete prude because of this, but that's not the case. But that's really not the case. That wasn't Niflheim. That should not have blocked. Oh my god, leave it to this game to leave it to a new iteration to wreck what the previous one had. But yeah. Overall, Eva Vessel Versus could have just been explained in one more mission on the actual game itself, and that could have just been that. We really didn't need to see all that. And that is my honest opinion of that one now. Wow, this technique sucks now. Well, overall, Estival Versus gains a 8 out of 10. Too much holds it back from being actually good. And I really don't like that. Alright, next time we'll discuss Peach Beach Splash. Oh boy! Well, until next time, let's get this to stop so you don't hear the background of these fuckers talking anymore. Have a good one.